Testing 1, 2. There it is. The plug wasn't in all the way. Let's do it again. Yikes. First day jitters.
Test.
I hear you.
All right,
let's try it again.
We can go ahead. Don't hit streaming yet. We can go ahead and transition into 16
we're
minutes.
Good. Yeah, we're good now. Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome back to Tasker Arena. Brian Coltrane here with Lance Crenshaw as the Hobbs Lady Eagles get ready to take on the Las Cruces Bulldawgs. Lady Eagles coming in 4 straight wins the Metro Tournament. Got quite a bit of attention up there. And come home tournament champions, Lance. And that tells you a little bit of the grit of that team that we've got. Even though they're young, they're pretty salty.
Yeah, young team led by 5 sophomores. They've been on this team, at least 3 of them since they were in the 8th grade. And then the top 3 off the bench. You know, we have 1 8th grader in Case Muniz, and then 2 freshmen in Aliana Armitage and Madison Zepeda. Good things are expected from this Hobbs girls team this year. Their only 2 losses this year have come to 2 teams from Texas. And Las Cruces comes into this game with a 10-3 record. Hopefully, we'll get us some good competition.
And, you know, this is a pretty good Las Cruces team. We talked to Coach Carpenter about this Las Cruces team in pregame and got an interview. And we're going to go ahead and cut to that interview and let you hear Coach Carpenter, in his own words, talk about this Las Cruces Bulldogs team.
Coach, you got Las Cruces tonight. They come in, I believe, with a 10-4 record. A couple players.
We're good.
Did some research on. They got a point guard, Sheeta. Her last name.
Yeah, she's pretty tough. They come in with a decent resume, honestly. It would be a quality win for us. It's not one that you know, they're not sitting at 7-7. So they've won a few games. They're going to be pretty tough. They're well coached. Lori was over at Centennial. Now she's back at Cruces High, where she started. So she's been well groomed by Matt Abney. So she has she has a head on her shoulders. So they're going to be a tough opponent for us tonight.
What do you think is the quality that scares you the most?
I think the one thing that stands out is the bloodline there. Abney beat us before here on our court, and I know that she was there on the sideline, and she's got the capabilities. But we're a different team. You know, we're one that's going to probably rely a little bit on man and zone instead of just zone. So this year's team's a little bit different than that, you know, back when Ayana played. So it'll be one of those things that is going to be different.
And you guys are coming off 4 straight wins at the Metro Tournament. Only 2 losses come at the hands of Texas schools. How do you feel like the competition is within the schools this year and your chances of getting back to this year?
Well, honestly, I think that we're in a good situation, but definitely I think with wisdom, our margin of error was like this. I thought we were head over heels, maybe even 15 to 20 points better than the field. Without wisdom, I think we got reeled in a little bit, and I think, you know, we're probably 6 to 10 points better than people, and if we don't play well, we could lose. There's about 4 or 5 teams there that could beat us on any given day. So if we're not on our P's and Q's, we can get beat. But I really think that we have a good shot.
in a way, a lot of our younger kids have a lot more experience than teams as seniors and juniors. Let's talk about that experience. I mean, these girls have been in the state playoffs and learned a lot. What do you think of this?
Yeah, I thought that first year, most of these sophomores as eighth graders sat and watched, so they got to be a part of it. And so they got to see what it was all about. And then last year, they actually got in there and got in the mix. And so a couple of them actually got to play a little bit as eighth graders. But yeah, we're young, but we're not inexperienced. You know, we're an experienced team. We don't have any excuses. I mean, I'm not an excuse maker anyway, but we gotta take care of what we can take care of, and that's what we do best. And if we do that, I think we're going to be successful.
Coach, one last question. You guys, in that championship game up at the Metro tournament, you got into some foul trouble. And you say young, your extra young players came in with Case and Aliana and Madison Zepeda. How do they pick up the slack, and how do you see them moving forward with the rotation that they're in with your 5 sophomores starting?
Yeah, those 3 are going to be very effective, and they're going to be very vital to what we're trying to do, because you never know how tonight's game is going to go. I would think that they all have something to offer to the team. You know, one has defense, one has offense. You know, one's got a little bit of ball handling skills. But I think more than anything, as long as they do what they do best, they'll be able to help us. You know, and so I don't want to put it on them to win or lose a ball game. You know, we got other experienced kids that should be able to do that for us, you know. So as many win-win situations we put those kids in, the better, but I'm not afraid to put them in, you know.
Stay tuned. Hobbs Lady Eagles and the Las Cruces Bulldawgs tonight here on Hobbs Sports Live.
Welcome back to Tasker Arena and Lance. Coach Carpenter kind of summed up Las Cruces fairly well. They're a salty team, have a lot of scorers on that team. You want to talk a little bit about what you've seen from Las Cruces this year?
Yeah, they're led by shooting guard Lila Ashida. She averages 17 points a game. And they have a really good point guard in Emma Cristiano, who is their leader in assists, rebounds, steals per game. And like I said earlier, their 3 losses were against teams, or 2 of those teams Hobbs has played, Oregon Mountain and against La Cueva. La Cueva up at the Metro City tournament, and then Oregon Mountain, of course, we hosted them here. Should be a good matchup. Hoping for a good matchup. Hoping for some good competition.
Last year when we played Las Cruces, we kind of felt that may be a trap game, and you're coming in, you're rolling, things are going well, and you got a decent team, but you're confident. You got to be careful with those kind of games. You know, you don't want to fall into that trap where you come out flat and end up having to play from behind and get yourself out of trouble.
100%. And I think the coaching staff here has done a good job in preparing these girls with a tough off-season schedule. You know, I know we're not in district yet, but playing teams like Lubbock Cooper and the teams that came down for the Hobbs Holiday Tournament, like Laredo United, and giving the Eagles some good games. And of course, this team is still adapting with the loss to Wisdom Anthony with the torn ACL, but these girls are excelling. They're going to do great.
Well, we'll be back in a couple of moments. We're going to throw it to our sponsor page and let you see who's sponsoring it and bringing this to you live. We're very thankful and grateful for those sponsors because they're allowing you to be able to see this broadcast. So we're going to send a warm welcome to them as you get to see who our sponsors are for tonight. Welcome back to Tasker Arena. Brian Coltrane with Lance Crenshaw as time is ticking down on this game. We're almost at tip-off, and both teams are getting last-second instructions, and starters about to be introduced. Lance, any last-minute thoughts?
It looks like the Eagles are going to come out with a lot of pressure on this team. They tend to get up easy on games when they apply their full-court pressure. Look to see that going easy in this first quarter.
Yeah, I think it's really important, especially when we run that Syracuse 2-3, to force teams into the corner, make them shoot from the most uncomfortable place on the court. Teams that can't shoot from there can't beat us because it's hard to hit it from anywhere else on the floor. So we've got starters for tonight's game. Who do we got for Las Cruces, Lance?
Yeah, Las Cruces starters, like I had mentioned before, they had Lila Ashida and Emma Cristiano. That's their go-to players. Yesenia Belon, Jaden Luna, and then Danae Pacheco to round it out.
And I tell you what, that 17-point scorer, she is something to be reckoned with. She can go inside, she can go outside. Yeah. She's got a real complete game.
Yeah, the Eagles are going to have a hard time stopping her. But if we could just limit her, I don't see the rest of Las Cruces.
Absolutely. What do we got for the Eagles tonight?
Same lineup as we had the last couple of games, all sophomores. We have Jayla David, Kendall Cunningham, Nakia Mojica, Brent Hargrove, and Brett Clay.
Yeah, I really think an X factor to this game tonight will be Kendall Cunningham. I do realize that she had a great tournament up in Albuquerque and ended up coming home with some hardware.
Yeah, she was tournament MVP, and her size down low and her ability to take it outside as well makes it a real hard matchup for opposing teams.
And one thing that I've seen her improve just amazingly on this year compared to the past is bringing the ball down. When she gets the ball down low, she had a habit in the past where she'd bring the ball down to her hips, and the other teams would tie her up or take her rhythm off as she went up. She's been keeping the ball up at her chin and higher now, and teams are having a hard time stopping her.
She's gotten stronger, too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And both teams coming onto the floor. Hobbs Lady Eagles being introduced. They're going to be wearing their home whites tonight with black numerals with the white enumeration inside on it. A black stripe down the side, and, of course, the white and black shoes. Las Cruces High is red, white, and blue, but they're going to be wearing the blue road unis solid with white enumeration, and there's a red outline on it with a red stripe along the side, too. And a mixed match of shoes. Not all the girls are wearing different shoes over there for Las Cruces. Both teams coming onto the floor. Hobbs Lady Eagles giving themselves high fives. They're ready to go. Three-man crew calling the game tonight as both teams are shaking hands and getting ready to go. And Lance, looking at this right here, I think this is the game that really tells us where we are in the state. I mean, we learned a lot of the Metro tournament, but we hadn't played a lot of the South teams now, and this gives you a really good South team.
Oh, very true. We played a good game against Centennial earlier this season as Hobbs gets out to a quick two.
Right off the tip, it's going to be tipped over, and Brett Clay is going to go up for the left-handed layup, and Clay's on the board with two. Here comes Cruces across the timeline. Comes near side. Dip and go. Las Cruces is now playing weave up top. Here's Cristiano. Right side on the wing, it goes to Pacheco. Pacheco bounce pass in. She's looking for Ashida. Ashida tries to go up, and Ashida has it rejected out of bounds. Las Cruces retains possession, but good defense there by the Lady Eagles.
It's a great block by Kendall going to help side defense, transitioning over there.
Inbound comes in. Here's Ashida. She's going to drive. She's going to run into Jayla David. David played good defense, was straight up and down right there. Didn't cause the foul, but Ashida puts it in.
She's going to be a force to be reckoned with. She can go inside and outside. It's going to be tough to see Hobbs is going to match up against her. Turnover there for the Eagles.
Hobbs tried to go into the corner to Brett Clay, who couldn't quite handle it. Ball comes loose, and Sheeta comes across the timeline. In trouble. She's going to bounce pass it out to Cristiano. Cristiano barks out some instructions coming near side to Baylon, Yesenia Baylon, trying to look for Sheeta. Cristiano has to run it down. Swing pass comes all the way into Luna in the left corner. She's going to walk it out, and Cristiano has it across at the H. Right wing heads out to Pacheco. Swings it around. Here's Cristiano. Cristiano looks at the cutter. Not there. Here's Ashida. She wants a three with the right hand. She's got it. 5-2 Las Cruces. Timeout on the floor. Coach wants to talk things over.
You know, Ashida coming out hot, scoring the first 5 points of the game. Eagles going to have to make some changes on defense to stop her from scoring so easy.
Absolutely. I mean, we made the switch, and actually, of those 5 points, she had a defender on her both times, but we're giving just a little bit of space on that second shot. First shot, she just actually put in over Jayla David. David played great defense down low and did all she could other than foul her.
Yeah, quick 30-second timeout. Hobbs is back out on the floor. Let's see what they got.
Yep. So Lady Eagles quickly back out there after getting a quick discussion with Coach Carpenter and his crew. And Coach Carpenter comes in with a lot of success, and tell you, between coming from Roswell to here, state championships, being in the state championship game, I think that's his middle name.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely got a stigma for reaching that game.
Here's Hargrove bringing it across for the Lady Eagles. Hargrove, left side, looking for Mojica. It's going to be knocked out of bounds by Cristiano. Lady Eagles quickly inbound. Hargrove gets the offense started. Las Cruces there in a 2-3 zone. Here's Cunningham. Give and go. It's going to go pop out to Clay. Clay from the right wing, no good. Ball's loose. We got a foul on the floor. I think they're going to call this on Mojica. They do.
First foul on Mojica. Sorry, I was just making sure that we had audio all around.
First time broadcast. We're working out the Kings, folks. It gets the pressure. Here comes the Dogs across the line. Right side, it goes to Balon. Top of the key goes to Luna. Luna works it to Cristiano. She doesn't want it. She's going to bring it out to Sheeta. Sheeta does want it, but she's going to back out. Good defense from David. Left side goes to Balon. She's going to go to Cristiano. Cristiano throws it away. David's got it. She's going to flip it over to Hargrove, and they're off and running. Hargrove, Mojica. Mojica, long three. Right hands it up and in.
Nice shot by Nakaya right there.
Cristiano coming across the timeline. She's going to try to take Brett Clay. She goes into the lane, in trouble. Flips it out left side to Pacheco. Pacheco to Ashita. Ashita wants a long three, way out in NBA range. She misses. Cunningham comes down with the board.
She finally missed a shot. That's a good sign.
Here's Hargrove. She's going to kick it out. Mojica holds it above her 5'6" frame. She tries to go cross court to Brett Clay, and that pass has just a little bit too much mustard on it.
Yeah, Eagles need to slow down a little bit. Just play at their pace. Don't try to rush too much.
5:22 on the clock here. First quarter, scores 5-all. Cristiano working against Clay. Hands to Pacheco. Pacheco bounced past to Cristiano at the wing. She's going to turn around and take a little jumper from just past the free throw line. She's got it. It's 7-5 Cruces.
It's a nice pull-up jump shot right there by Cristiano. Good form on that jumper as well.
Right side, Hargrove for three off the iron. Clay gets the rebound. Clay underneath. She's going to go up. She gets hit on the foul. Check that. That's Jayla David.
Yeah.
And David's going to be fouled and goes to the line. And that's one part of Jayla David's game that I like, is that she does end up at the free throw line a lot. You get people in foul trouble, and then they've got to play you with the bench, and the bench never is as strong as the starters.
Oh, 100%. And Jayla's so physical down low. She gives other teams fits with her physicality.
David's first offering with the right hand bounces up and in. Lady Eagles cut the score to 7-6. Subs on the floor for the Lady Eagles. Armitage on the floor, as is Zepeda. David's second offering is also good, and the game's tied at 7. Cristiano working against Clay, comes across the timeline. Cristiano, she's going to wheel and deal, spin it back out, and get the offense started. Here's Ashita. She steps out to the H, flips it back to Cristiano. Cristiano, Pacheco. Pacheco bounce pass into Ashita. She's going to spin around David. Cunningham's there. Ball's loose, and they're going to get a foul as she gets tied up low going up for the shot. It looks like somebody must have got her on the arm.
It was a great move in the paint by Ashita. You know, Cunningham and David went over to help, and Ashita just went right by him on the left side for the shot attempt.
Cunningham's first personal foul, second team foul. 4:37 on the clock. They're going to call this one on the floor, so here's Cruces to bring it in. They go right to Ashita, and they lost her on the inbound.
We can't leave her open.
9-7 Cruces. Across the timeline, Zepeda. Zepeda to Cunningham at the free throw line. Zepeda back to Cunningham. Flips it around. Armitage finds David. David's all alone underneath. She's going to go up off the glass and miss. Ashita with the rebound.
Oh, got a double dribble there. Eagles got lucky on the turnover from that missed shot. Hopefully we capitalize on that.
Lady Eagles turnovers is something they do cause a lot of.
Most definitely.
Very frustrating for a lot of teams to play against the Lady Eagles.
And let's see if they can get something going on offense here.
Armitage goes to Cunningham. She loses it, backs it out. Looking for Clay. She goes over the top to Clay. Clay at the free throw line. Back to Armitage. Armitage wants a three. Off the glass. Misses. Controlled by Ashita. Ashita tries to put it on the floor, and she's going to have to bounce it over to Luna. Luna goes to Cristiano. They come across the timeline. Into the corner, Pacheco. I think that was a walk they didn't call there. Pacheco misses the layup regardless.
It was a good contest by Cunningham on that shot for the Eagles.
Zepeda cross court. Goes to Armitage. She gets it back. Armitage flips it to Cunningham. She's going to take about a 16-footer. It's going to go up off the iron, way up high, and falls in, but they're going to take it away from her because it went above the backboard. 9-7 here, the score. 3:32 in the first. As Pacheco has it with the left hand, she comes across the timeline. Doesn't want to challenge the defense. She backs out and hands to Cristiano.
It's good pressure defense by Armitage.
Bounce pass into Ashita. Ashita, she's dribbling in the lane, goes up with the right hand, high off the glass, and Ashita has been on fire here in the first.
Yeah, she's proven to be a force down low. We've got to make some adjustments. The Lady Eagles are.
Clay to David. Back to Clay in the corner. Bounces it back to David. David in the lane. She's going to get hammered by Cristiano, and that puts David back at the line. Subs in. Lady Eagles looks like they're bringing Mojica and Hargrove back onto the floor after the first free throw. Just under 3 minutes, what you've seen so far from Cruces, I think you're right about what you said at the start of the game, that we're going to have to find a way to stop Ashita.
Yeah, she's definitely great on the inside. She's got good footwork, good post moves. We're going to have to find a way to adjust. Don't go for her ball fakes because she's deadly from the free throw line as well.
Yep. David's second opportunity after the first one rims in and out. Fires it up with the right hand, in and out also. Ball's loose. Mojica's fighting for it down there. She dives out of bounds trying to save it. It'll be Las Cruces basketball. Cristiano against the press. It looks like we weren't ready, weren't set up. Goes to left side. And here's Bellone. Bellone puts it in from about 12 along the baseline.
Right now, Hobbs is struggling getting back. Their transition defense is a little sluggish.
And I think that referee gave the ball inbound so quickly you weren't ready. Here's Mojica from the left side on the wing. She drains the three and cuts the lead down to 3.
Nakaya's second three of the night. Great ball movement to get her the ball for the open shot.
Cristiano gets it started, goes to Pacheco. They're looking for Ashita. Ashita in the lane has it swatted away by David, but they're going to get David with the foul there. And that's going to be her first personal third team foul.
This is a great back cut right there. Screen high, cut to the rim. Good pass, good entry pass to Ashita.
Looks like we're playing defense with our hands a little bit right there. Nobody's shuffling their feet to get over, get in front of her, and make her change directions at all. She had a pretty good way to the lane there with David having to come over on the help, and she just didn't arrive early enough.
And this has been a little bit of a problem for the Hobbs Lady Eagles in the first quarter. They seem to start off slow in games. Second
one for Ashita is up and good, and it's a 4-point Las Cruces Lady Dogs lead. Mojica against pressure. Crossover dribble. They're going to flip it into David. It's off the glass. Cunningham runs out under it, grabs it, and Cunningham puts it up and in off the glass. Ashita across the timeline with the right-handed dribble. She wants to take Cunningham. She goes to the lane. There's David waiting on her. David changed the shot. She throws it up and misses off the rim. Zepeda, left side, Mojica. Mojica wants another three. She's got it. She's on fire. The third one of the quarter. 9 points for Mojica, and it's 15-14 Hobbs. Hargrove goes for the steal. Cristiano has it. Pushing it up the court against Zepeda. Left side, Ashita loses it. She comes out to the H. Cunningham on her. Works it to Bellone. Into the corner. Cristiano dribbles out. Checked by Mojica. Cristiano gets the play started to Pacheco. Hargrove on her. Check that. That's Zepeda. Goes right side. Cristiano goes up. Has that ball rejected underneath, but the fans don't like that call. What do you think?
I think that could have gone either way, but Hargrove got a lot of ball.
Yep.
She got a lot of ball.
Hargrove much taller than Cristiano, and it looked like she had let go of the ball when it was redirected, but they have a different view than us. First opportunity, Cristiano rattles in. Substitutions as Clay returns. Cunningham will sit. We got a little bit of a faster lineup here now with your true post and David, but really Clay is more of a guard than a post, so kind of a 4-guard lineup.
Yeah, Brett's very versatile. She could play almost every spot on the floor.
I love watching her defense. The energy Brett Clay brings to the floor is always kind of a spark plug. Here's Mojica again. They leave her open. Mojica goes in and out on that one. Ball's loose. Hargrove's going to run it down. Hargrove, crossover dribble. She's going to back it out. Here's Zepeda. Zepeda, backcourt pass. Mojica goes underneath to David on a beautiful pass, and David gets the shot.
Great ball movement right there. Gets to the open spot. Jayla down low with the flash.
And the Lady Eagles coming alive. Here's Cristiano. She loses it on a double dribble. Went around the back, which looked really pretty, but then unfortunately couldn't hold it. Lady Eagles are the benefactors. Hargrove gets the offense set up to engineer this attack. Mojica looks for David. Nobody's guarding her. David goes high off the glass, misses. Little contact from behind there. Ashita pushing up the court. She's going to slow it down as she crosses half court. Lady Eagles in man-to-man here. Cristiano working against Hargrove. Left side. All the way around to the corner, Pacheco. Here's Ashita. Pump fakes the three. Tries to fade back. Good defense from Clay. Clay closes her out. Comes left side, Pacheco. Pacheco, Cristiano. She's going to drive. Throws a wild one up. Ashita's there.
Great
misses.
defense.
They're going to let the play go as time expires. Your score at the end of the first quarter. The Lady Eagles 17. Las Cruces 16. We'll be back in 1 minute on the Hobbs Sports Live Network.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by K&O Services of Hobbs, IHOP of Hobbs, and E-Tech Environmental and Safety Solutions. Be sure and tune in for our broadcast after the game, as we will name tonight's player of the game, sponsored by IHOP of Hobbs. If you mention tonight's player of the game, next time you're at IHOP, you will get 10% discount off of your bill.
Welcome back to Tasker Arena. Hey, I really like that deal IHOP is given. If you mention the player of the game from the post-game show, you get 10% off of your meal at IHOP, and you can't argue with free money.
Yeah, and you know what? Big guys like me and you, we love our pancakes. It may be us going up there getting that discount.
Me and pancakes have a relationship that only my wife can be jealous of. And my wife's shooting me a look from down the road right there for saying that one, too.
Yeah.
17-16, your score here at Tasker Arena. The Lady Eagles started off really slow, getting behind, and then the engine started coming on, and they started revving up the motor a bit, and ended up with a 1-point lead.
Yeah, we shot well from the outside there, but gave up a little bit too much down low, especially to Ashita. It looks like it's going to be Las Cruces' ball coming out.
Referee announces blue ball as Ashita's going to bring it into Cristiano. Check that. It's Pacheco. And Pacheco is going to have Hargrove on her. Pacheco, left-handed dribble. Mojica steps out. We're back into the zone. Here's Cristiano. Cristiano asking for a pick. Doesn't get it. Goes to Ashita on the right wing. Ashita bounce pass backdoor. Cristiano swings it. It's going to be knocked away by David, but they run it down. Left side. Cristiano, three. No good. Ball's loose. Clay's got it. Clay's coming up the court. Loses it. Bounces it back to Hargrove on a hustle play right there. Hargrove, backdoor pass right there. She tries to one-hand it to David. She had a little seam right there and saw it. Tried to take advantage, but was knocked away by Cruces.
Yeah, it was good defense. Got a hand in that passing lane.
Mojica to inbound. She calls out the play number 4. Backdoor David, wide open. Play 4 works. David scores and is fouled.
It's a great N1. Jayla going up strong. Good finish.
Absolutely. She ended up high. She took a little bit of a whack right there. Went to the floor, but made sure the shot went in. Now the Lady Eagles with a 3-point lead. And this is what happens to teams. Lady Eagles grind you down. Next thing you know, you look up and you're down 20.
That's right. Pressure defense, making outside shots, creating turnovers.
David right hands it up. She completes the trifecta. Las Cruces with the ball coming up the court, trailing by 4. Across the floor. Bounce pass in to Luna. Left side looking for Ashita. She's going to drive on Clay. Clay, good defense is there. Bounce pass out to the wing. Ashita has it back. Slight double team that comes to Cristiano. They're going to come all the way down. Here's that corner shot. Go Willis. Mercedes Willis tries to drive. It's not there. Blocked away. Good defensive rotation for the Lady Eagles. Mojica over the top. Cunningham. She finds Clay. Back to Mojica. Around the corner. Here's Hargrove. She's going to drive. Floater with the right hand. Off the glass. It's loose. And they're blocking out. They're going to call this one on the floor. Who do they get?
It's going to be on Luna. Luna for Las Cruces.
Yeah, Luna very aggressive on the blocking out there. She wasn't just screening. She was moving people, and that's against the rules. You know, coaches teach that. They tell you to back people out, but technically that is against the rules.
Yeah, I don't think many refs like that.
Most people don't call it. It's into Clay. Clay wide open underneath. She's going to miss it. Ball is going to be grabbed by Ashita. Ashita working against Hargrove. Left hand across the timeline. Bounce pass stolen away by Clay. Clay on the run. Clay with the speed. Clay over the top. She's got Mojica. Mojica's going to bounce it back outside and reset it. Cross court. Here's Hargrove for three in the corner off the rim. David with the rebound. Mojica, right hands the three. It's up and it's good.
Nakaya Mojica is on fire.
That's 4 of 5 from three-point land for Mojica, and she's got 12. Here's Cristiano calling for a pick. She's pointing to the floor. Left side, Pacheco. Pacheco to Cristiano, top of the key. She's still giving directions. People aren't responding very quickly. Pacheco and Cristiano playing catch right now, bouncing it back and forth. There's Ashita, and she's wide open. Off the iron, it bounces around a couple of times. It's loose, and David's going to swing it away and throw the elbows to boot. Up the court, Clay left side. Here's Hargrove for three. Off the iron. Clay with the rebound. She's forcing it underneath. Turnaround by Clay, no good. Cunningham's there. They're fighting for it, and they're going to say it's out of bounds on the Lady Eagles.
Yeah, it looked like the Eagles should have moved the ball a little more on that possession, kind of forced a couple of shots up.
A lot of confidence from these girls shooting on the outside, that's for sure. They're not afraid to throw it up. Across the timeline, Cristiano, left side of Sheeta. Sheeta spins around, left hand, Mojica on her. Trades off to David. Cunningham comes and helps, and Sheeta throws up an air ball. 4-on-2, up the court. Clay, bounce pass, right side. It goes to Mojica. Up with the right hand, Mojica got it again. 14.
Nakaya's the hot hand.
Inbound, that's going to be a foul on Mojica immediately as she ties up Cristiano. Armitage back on the floor for the Lady Eagles as
Kaysla Muniz.
Yep, Muniz on the floor as well. Hard to see the numbers sometimes here.
Yeah.
Cristiano loses it coming up the floor. Has a collision. Lady Eagle has a player down. I think that's Clay. No, that's Armitage. Armitage is on the floor, and she's in pain. Referee stops it there.
She's been nursing a sore ankle, came back from the injury, actually sat out a couple of games and came back. Man. So hopefully it's not that same ankle.
And you know, those ankles can be tricky. You know, we dealt with that as a family. My daughter is a wrestler, and she had an ankle injury as well. And they were telling us that those ankle injuries sometimes are worse than breaking them.
Oh, yeah.
That you can't heal the tissues sometimes quicker than you can heal the bone. And so we hate to see that. Armitage, one of them great kids, and know her family quite well. It's you hate to see a kid down like that.
Looks like she's up. She's good. It's just, like you said, hate to see a kid down like that, especially because she is all heart. She gets everything on the floor. She's a great defender. She dives on the floor. She's every coach's dream.
I watched her for about 8 years, and, you know, that kid's got a motor on her.
Yep.
She's a lot like Brett Clay in that aspect, you know.
Yes, sir.
She just got the wheels that just keeps going. Lady Eagles bringing the ball up the court here, coming across the timeline. Clay running the point guard position. Left side, David picks up the dribble. She's going to swing it around right side. Top of the key, David flips it back over to Clay. Clay in the corner, right hand. They're going to get her for a walk as she kind of hops into that corner to take the shot.
Yeah, it looks like Desiree Balsquez has checked in, too. She checked in for Aliana Armitage. She's the lone senior on this squad.
Here's Ashita bringing the ball in for the Las Cruces Lady Dogs. Hands it to Cristiano and we're underway. Cristiano, checked by Muniz. Comes near side. Pacheco back to Ashita. Over the top, Cristiano, hop step, no call. Pacheco in the corner. Pacheco with the left-handed three has got it. Clay on the floor. She's bringing it up near side. Goes to David. Goes over top, Cunningham. Cunningham spins underneath, goes up and under Ashita. Cunningham with the right hand off the glass.
That's a great move. Nice step through to get that easy bucket.
Cristiano coming across the timeline, right wing, hands it to Ashita. Ashita bounces it up top, goes to Pacheco. Pacheco goes underneath. Here's Luna, back to Pacheco. Same shot as before, in and out. Ball's loose. Luna has it and goes right up with it. Luna's got the basket.
Yeah, that's the second time she's got an offensive rebound down there. Cunningham's got to find a way to block her out and not be behind her on those offensive and defensive rebounds.
Clay over the top to Cunningham. Right side, Muniz for three. She's got it in the corner. Bang, just like that, the Hobbs Lady Eagles up 9.
It's 8th grader, Case Muniz.
Over the top, Clay's got it. Clay into the corner, opposite side, Muniz with the right hand, no good. Ball's loose. Vasquez made a swipe at it, but Pacheco came down with it. Hands to Cristiano, and she's off to the races. Back to Ashita on the wing for three. Ashita's got it. She's dangerous for sure.
We know we got to get a hand in her face. We got to close out on that shooter, especially when it's Ashita out there.
Here's Clay. Drives up high off the glass. No good. And they're going to get something on the floor here. It's either Clay or Vasquez. And 6 fouls against the Lady Eagles. That one is going to go against Vasquez. Las Cruces working against the extended press. Press kind of a token press. Not a lot of pressure there. Just kind of making them come up the court slowly.
Yeah, it's kind of a high 2-3.
Off the left wing, Ashita misses. Rebound Clay. Clay's pushing it up court. They have numbers. Clay, right side. Swing by Muniz. She's going to go back door. It's going to be stolen away by Pacheco. Pacheco, crossover dribble, comes up the court. Lady Eagles run her down. Pacheco resets the offense to Ashita. Ashita spins around into the corner. Short shot there by Bailon, missed. Lady Eagles off and running, and Mercedes Willis looked like she got popped in the face. She's slow getting up the court. Here's Cunningham. Backdoor to David. Nobody's there. David misses it off the glass. And then it's off of legs of one of the Lady Eagles. That's going to be out of bounds.
It's a great pass down low, working a little high-low, but just not being able to, David not finishing on that shot.
Substitution as Willis comes off, and onto the floor goes Jaden Luna. Luna hands it back to Cristiano, and we're back underway. 1:44 on the clock here. It is 30-24. Lady Eagles up by 6. Right side, Ashita. Right-handed dribble, goes into the corner, goes over the top. Cristiano goes up and under, has it swatted away by Cunningham, and they're going to get Cunningham for the foul there. I think that's her second one, isn't it?
Yes, sir. We got Mojica with 2 and Cunningham with 2. And it looks like Las Cruces is going to be in the bonus from here on out to halftime.
At the line with the right hand, it's up and good. Cunningham comes off the floor. I believe that's Vasquez returns. Ball's loose. Jayla David trying to go up for the rebound. It's knocked out of her hands. It's going to be off of David's hands. It's going to be Dogs basketball. Bounce pass to Ashita. She's going to drive the lane. Swatted away. Ahead to Muniz. Muniz with the right hand. It's up and off the glass. It's good.
It's a good job pushing the ball in transition and get it to the open person running the court.
Those are the ones you like. You like the freebies. Ashita from the corner. In and out. David with the rebound. It's knocked away. They're tipping it. David rips it down. David's going to hand it to Hargrove. She pushes up the court. They've got numbers. Hargrove with the right hand. In the lane. Dipsy-do. She goes up off the glass. No good. David goes to the floor hard, and she's injured.
Oh, David hit.
She hit that floor really hard coming down on that hip, and she's rolling around.
Her back and her hit. We could hear that thud up here. Hopefully she's okay. That looked extremely painful.
And when you can hear it up here, you know that somebody's hit the floor hard when you can hear it this high up.
Yeah, that's 2 crucial injuries to this Hobbs team, this young Hobbs team.
They're out talking to her right there, and when you hit your hip like that, the one thing that it's usually your hip doesn't have any padding.
Yeah.
Mine might have a little more than other people, but most people don't have any padding on their hip when they come down on the floor like that, and then there's nothing protecting you, and that bone hits wood.
Yeah, and I'm trying to remember if it was earlier this year or perhaps last year where she missed some time with a similar injury.
Yeah.
Where she was out. So hopefully she didn't re-aggravate that same injury, and it's something that can be.
Yeah. And she's still facing down. She's doesn't want to roll up over and put weight on that hip.
Yeah, they got the trainer out there.
And actually, it's their back that she's working on right now. She kind of a lower back on the right side. They've got her rolled over now. I tell you what, they do have a great training staff here in Hobbs. Trent Greitz, and he does a great job with the kids and make sure that he does things right out there and it's done with care and they protect the kids. And they've got her sitting up now. But anytime you have an injury where you got to check the back like that, you got to make sure that you're feeling everything and not moving anything and making it worse.
Oh yeah, it's super scary. It's really good to see her on her feet.
Yeah, and she's walking off tenderly, but under her own power right there. I tell you, this game is physical. Most people don't realize it.
Looks like Tiana
Girls'
Richardson.
basketball is a lot more physical than men's basketball.
Oh, I agree 100%.
As a rep,
100%.
I tell you what, I have to call girls' games really, really tight physically because those girls have no problem pushing and shoving each other around and fighting.
That's right. You got Tiana Richardson is checked in for Jayla David, number 42 for the Lady Eagles.
Clay gets it off the inbounds back from Hargrove. Over the top. Vasquez pump fakes. Back to Clay. Clay for three. Got it. Clay in the corner. 10-point Lady Eagles lead. Here's Cristiano. Time running out here in the second quarter. Ashita off the iron. Rebound Pacheco. Pacheco back out to Cristiano. She fires a three. No good. It's going to go up over the backboard and hit the wire. It's going to be Lady Eagles basketball. 33 seconds left. Lady Eagles up 35-25. Hargrove. Right side goes to Clay. Back to Hargrove in the corner. Clay top of the key. Hargrove. She wants the three in the corner. In and out. Ball's loose. Bounces around. Clay almost had it. Here comes pressure. Cristiano gets out of the pressure, comes up the court, pushes the ball hard.
Don't want to foul here, and there it is.
A foul on the floor. This one's going to stop play. Shot won't go.
I don't know about that one. She was trying to get out of the way, had her hands up. Ref called the block.
Yeah. Second foul against Hargrove. One thing I like about watching these Lady Eagles is you never know who the leading scorer is going to be.
It's very true.
Such a balanced team. Free throw up and no good. Clay with the rebound. Clay showing some speed of her own, flips it to Hargrove. Hargrove back to Clay. The two players have it. They're running up the court with the ball in their hands as time expires. Your score, the Hobbs Lady Eagles 35, Las Cruces 25. We're at halftime, and we're going to go ahead and throw it through our sponsor page. We'll be back in 3 minutes with the halftime show. You're listening to Hobbs Lady Eagles basketball on Hobbs Sports Live.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by K&O Services of Hobbs, IHOP of Hobbs, and E-Tech Environmental and Safety Solutions. K&O Services is a licensed and DOT-registered trucking company servicing all of Lee County and the Permian Basin. K&O Services has numerous belly dumps and dump trucks to help with transporting needs. In need of a dump truck or a belly dump? Call Becky at 575-390-9981 or at 575-441-4103. Once again, that's K&O Services, providing you with all of your transporting and hauling needs. Don't forget to stay tuned after our broadcast. We will name tonight's player of the game, brought to you by IHOP. Remember, next time you're at IHOP, mention tonight's player of the game and receive a 10% discount off of your bill. Now, Brian leading scores in the first half. As we mentioned in the pregame, Ashita with 14 points for Las Cruces High. Nakaya Mahika with a hot hand for Hobbs with 14 as well.
I tell you what, looking at Mahika's first half, I know she had to come out of the game because of foul trouble. And she only missed one real shot out there. And every time they went to her in the corner, she was wide open. Las Cruces is going to have to make some adjustments. I mean, she's got 14 of our 35 points right off the bat like that. And if they don't do anything to stop that hot hand, Mahika's going to finish the game with 30.
And, you know, once again, Hobbs started off a little slow, a little rusty, and then started picking things up, started creating turnovers, started getting second chance shots. Thought the Eagles moved the ball really well on offense to find the open person.
What I really liked was when they started pushing it in transition. I think Las Cruces, they have a couple of quick players, but their posts aren't as quick. And Ashita doesn't get up and down the floor as quick as some of our posts. And if we start making it the long game, making them have to run, making them start to have to stretch the floor, I think there's a big advantage there for us because of our quickness and speed.
Oh, 100%. And I always say we because I've been watching the Hobbs Lady Eagles for 15 years, but the Lady Eagles need to stay out of foul trouble. As we saw there in the second quarter, Cunningham and Mojica came out with 2 fouls apiece. Caitlin Muniz came in, and then Aliana Armitage came in, and hopefully she's okay from her injury.
Yeah, with the foul trouble, and we've already had 2 go down to injury, and we're not sure if they're going to return. And looking at the way Armitage was carried off the floor, really, I don't expect her to return tonight. We pray for a healthy outcome in this for her. She's a great kid, and you hate to see that. David got up, walked off on her own power, maybe a little sore. It's a game we're up by 10. I don't know, maybe hold her out until if the game gets close and she feels like she can go, maybe insert her. But if we keep the lead and keep pushing like this, I wouldn't risk it myself.
Yeah, it looks like Armitage and David. Well, there's David. She's coming out of the tunnel for the second half, still holding her back. But if I was Coach Carpenter, I wouldn't play either one, especially with a 10-point lead right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And Armitage we haven't seen come out, so they're probably still working on her in the training room. And these things happen. It's a part of the game, everything else. You want to go into district healthy. We do have one more game before we start district play, and that's traveling up to Trinity Christian next week. And a game we're going to have here live on Hobbs Sports Live on YouTube. And Trinity Christian, not a very successful Texas team, lost to some smaller schools that
private school.
Yeah, it's a private school that has been competitive on the boys' side.
Yes.
The boys' team's been competitive for years. When I coached in Texas, we played them, and they were very salty. They were a very good team. But the girls' program's kind of fallen on hard times and struggled this year. I think they only have 3 wins the last I checked. And it's going to be a game that you're going to see the young kids probably get to play a lot.
Which is good. That's good experience for those kids, especially when something like this happens. One of the starters goes down with an injury. Step in, learn as it goes.
In a game like that, one thing that I worry about is in Texas, they don't have mercy rule.
Oh, I know.
You know, here, that mercy rule keeps you from getting to 100, but in Texas, that doesn't exist, and you never know what will happen in a game like that. Well, both teams are back on the floor. Hobbs Lady Eagles will have the ball going right to left on your TV screen. And here to do the second half, your play-by-play, here's Lance Crenshaw.
Thanks, Brian. Mojica inbounding the ball to Hargrove. Hargrove crossing the timeline. Eagles up 35-25. Looks like Madison Zepeda has entered the game for the Eagles in place of Jayla David. Brett Clay up top trying to get the ball down low to Cunningham. Turns the ball over. Las Cruces pushing the other way. Ashita swings the ball over to number 23. That is Pacheco, and it looks like she got called for a travel. Ball coming back Hobbs' way.
And that's one thing. It went through Pacheco, went to Cristiano, and she just kept moving her feet. She didn't get set right there. Easy turnover.
Hargrove with the ball, top of the key, dribbles down to the wing. Swing pass over to Mojica. Mojica looking low. Swing it back up top to Hargrove. Mojica down to the wing, down low to Kendall Cunningham. Back up top to Hargrove. Back down to Cunningham. The Eagles playing a little bit of keep away. Nakaya Mojica for 3 again. Assist from Hargrove. Brian, Nakaya is on fire.
17 points for Mojica, and they have not figured out how to stop her.
Las Cruces coming back quick with the bad shot. Hargrove with the rebound, looking up court. Finds Cunningham on the fast break. She goes up, misses the layup. Putback missed. Cunningham still fighting for the board. It's a scramble on the floor. Now Brett Clay's on the floor. Looks like we have a jump ball.
Yeah, and that was a very quick whistle on the jump ball. Referee trying to prevent them from getting too physical down there. Nobody really had their hands on it yet, but he didn't want to see it turn bad.
It's like Las Cruces pushing the other way. Cristiano with the ball. She's guarded by Brent Hargrove. Top of the key, Eagles back in that extended 2-3 zone. Swinging to Pacheco, back to Cristiano. Cristiano looking down low for Ashita, who flashed to the top of the key. Jumper is up, no good. Rebounded by Clay. Lady Eagles pushing back the other way. Clay's got a one-on-one with the Euro step. Misses the layup. Cunningham with the rebound. She gets the putback. That's an easy 2 for Cunningham, Brian.
And Cunningham working on them rebound stats, getting like 3 or 4 offensive rebounds here in the first minute and a half of the second half.
Cristiano coming back the other way with a nice floater. Quick timeout from the Las Cruces coach.
Yeah, down 13. Coach wants to talk it over. We'll be back in just a moment. We'll go ahead and throw you to our sponsor page. You're watching Hobbs Lady Eagles basketball on YouTube.com.
To you by. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by K&O Services of Hobbs, IHOP of Hobbs, and E-Tech Environmental and Safety Solutions. You caught in the environmental regulatory maze? E-Tech Environmental and Safety Solutions is the solution. Our years of experience and service-oriented approach can provide you with a clear path. We apply innovative technologies and our broad knowledge base to deliver cost-effective solutions to your environmental concerns, from help with your environmental site assessment to soil remediation and groundwater remediation. E-Tech has the personnel, equipment, experience, expertise, and a proven track record to deliver the answers to your problems, no matter how large or small. We get back to the action here. We appreciate our sponsors. Nakaya Mojica gets the ball into Brent Hargrove. She crosses the timeline into the front court. Swing the ball to Zepeda. Zepeda down low to Brett Clay, back to the wing to Hargrove. Swing back pass to Mojica. Down to the baseline to Cunningham. Looks like the Eagles are running some offense to get Mojica open on the backside. Puts up a 3. Misses this one. Rebound by Las Cruces. Didn't look like Nakaya got her feet set on that one, Brian.
Yeah, she kind of forced that up a little bit quickly, and yeah, sometimes that just happens. You're trying to get that rhythm, and you just can't quite get there.
Las Cruces swinging the ball back and forth, running like an extended 3-man weave. Here comes the girl, number 21, Pacheco, down the baseline. They swing the ball instead to 23, Cristiano, who misses the jumper. Ball's out of bounds to the Lady Eagles.
And Hargrove helping out the referee, who looked a little confused on that. Hargrove let him know which direction to point.
Exactly. All good players do that. It's our ball, it's our ball. Hargrove bringing the ball up into the front court for the Lady Eagles. Swings the ball to Zepeda. Zepeda to Brett Clay. Down the baseline, back up to the wing to Hargrove. Hargrove swing to Zepeda. Las Cruces playing a man-to-man defense. Back to Nakaya Mojica on the wing.
And we have to adjust here. Now we're getting into our man-to-man offense. We were actually running a zone offense for a second there against the man.
Yeah, and let's see if Coach Carpenter calls a different play out here. Swing the ball. Good pass from Mojica to Madison Zepeda. Ball is stolen by Ashita. Ashita pushed the ball up the court for Las Cruces. Ashita swings the ball to Cristiano. Kicks it out to Pacheco for a 3. That shot is good.
Yeah, the southpaw out there with the left hand from the corner.
Eagles coming back the other way. Hargrove drives in, kicks out to Zepeda for 3. Madison Zepeda with the shot.
It's like the old Nike commercial. Anything you can do, we can do better.
That's right. Anything I could do better than you. Cristiano with the ball. Pacheco flashing to the charity stripe, gets the ball, swings it down to, who is number 32 there? 32 is Bailon. Pacheco with the ball back up top. Cristiano, dribble left side, back to Pacheco. Pacheco up, it is blocked by Cunningham. Mojica running the other way. Pass it to Brent Hargrove. Hargrove, great touch pass to Kidlo Cunningham for the layup. The Eagles are running now, Brian.
Nice left-handed touch on the finish there by Cunningham. Great pass from Hargrove. Good timing on the break.
Ashita bringing the ball back for Las Cruces High. 45-30 is the score here. 3:40 to go to the third quarter. Balon from the soft spot hits the jumper. That's a good touch shot. Those shots are hard to make.
And, you know, Las Cruces staying around. It is a 13-point game here, but Las Cruces just won't go away.
Hargrove on the wing. Down to the baseline to Mojica for another three. Barely missed that one. Cunningham with the offensive rebound. Nice finger roll putback.
Nice little drop step there going into the lane with the right hand.
When Cunningham's scoring like that, that gives the other team so much trouble.
12 points there for Cunningham tonight.
Got Pacheco on the wing, guarded by Zepeda. Over to Ashita. Ashita will try a three. It's off. Rebounded by Hargrove to Mojica. Looks like Cruz is trying to put a little pressure. The Eagles break out of it. Madison Zepeda down low to Brett Clay. Great catch and great putback.
I'll tell you what, that look from Zepeda right there was awesome. She had Clay and had very, very little window to put it through, and she just threaded the needle.
Very unselfish play. Eagles up 49-32. Zepeda guarding Pacheco. I'm sorry, Zepeda guarding Cristiano. Now Ashita with the ball. Switch defense. She goes up and under, and that's going to be Kayla Cunningham's third foul.
And Cunningham knows it, and she's already walking back toward the bench. She knows the sub's for her. And it looks like that sub's going to be Jayla David. It's great to see that she's back. Armitage is back on the bench. She's kind of sitting behind the bench with ice on her ankle. But, yeah, it's great to see that they're both at least on the floor here.
Yes, most definitely. Ashita at the free throw line. She makes the first of two.
And David comes out a little tender coming out, but once you get some moving here, it'll loosen back up.
Cunningham had some really good minutes there, Brian. Good rebounding, good force down low.
12 points on the night so far for Cunningham, and the rebound's a big factor, and a couple blocks there to boot.
Second shot from Ashita is good. Score is now 49-34. Lady Eagles with the lead. 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Brent Hargrove bringing the ball down the court. Swings the ball to Zepeda. High ball screen from Brett Clay. Back over to Nakai Mojica for another three. Missed that one, but the rebound by Jayla David. And I think she looks pretty good out there, Brian.
I think she's kind of dusted off the injury right there. Go ahead and start contributing right away.
Las Cruces back the other way. Cristiano swings the ball to Ashita. Ashita back to Cristiano. Ashita back at the top of the key, guarded by Hargrove. That's Pacheco on the wing. Las Cruces having a hard time deciphering this 2-3 zone now.
But they worked it to the wing there and got the shot. That's kind of what the 2-3 gives up, but it didn't go.
Eagles coming back the other way. Zepeda tried to thread the needle to Hargrove. Didn't get there, but Brett Clay with the putback attempt falls short. Las Cruces back the other way. Ashita with the ball, guarded by Zepeda, top of the key. Drives to the left, to the rack, and shot does not foul, but we have a blocking foul, looks like, on Jayla David. Is that right, Brian?
Yeah, it looked like it was on David. You know, David was set there, but she kind of started shuffling her feet and moving with her. If she probably would have just planted it, it would have been a charge. But, man, after being knocked to the floor, I'm not sure I'd want to take a charge.
I don't think she wants to take a charge. You're exactly right.
And you know, Ashita does look like a very strong player.
Ashita makes the first free throw. She's got 15 points now, leading the way for Las Cruces.
Just below her average.
I'm sorry, 16 points. I must have missed one by there, 16. And there's that 17th point. 51-36, Lady Eagles lead. We've got about $1:15 left in the third quarter. Hargrove bringing the ball back up for the Lady Eagles. Swings to Mojica. Mojica flashes the ball. Oh, it's like we have a travel on Brent Hargrove.
And that's one of them silly travels. You get the ball out there. There's no pressure, nobody. You just walk it. That's just one of those things where you just made a silly play.
You know, sometimes you see that thing called and sometimes you don't. Las Cruces back the other way. Good transition bucket. Who made that shot for Las Cruces? That is somebody who checked in.
That was Mercedes Willis, number 11.
Willis in. 51-38, Lady Eagles up. Down low to Hargrove. Hargrove's to Muniz. She drives to the basket. Gets fouled. No call. Brett Clay the rebound. Misses it. Looks like it is off Las Cruces. Hobbs ball.
The rebounding is just heavily in our favor tonight. Our offensive rebounding has been wonderful.
Well, he could throw it in. Looks for David. Through her hands, Las Cruces back the other way. Bullet pass for Cristiano to Pacheco. She misses. Brett Clay with the rebound. We're going back the other way for Hobbs. Clay leading to Brett. Swings out to Mojica for three. Since starting off so hot in that first half, Mojica's kind of cooled off this half, Brian.
Yep.
That's a good transition bucket right there for number 23, Cristiano for Las Cruces.
And Hargrove not wanting to pick up the foul, just kind of put her hands in the air and ran with her, just let her have the layup.
Hobbs back the other way. We got 10 seconds left. Inside to Brett Clay. Brett Clay gets hacked by Ashita. She'll be going to the free throw line. I think that's the third foul on Ashita, if I'm right. Nope, they got the second foul.
Yep, that'd be the second foul on Ashita. And at this point, the foul differential has been heavily in Las Cruces' favor, mostly in the first half. But at this point, it becomes less and less important because your players aren't picking up a whole lot of them.
Brett Clay at the free throw line. She makes the first of two.
Puts the Lady Eagles up by 12.
Clay now with 8 points in the game. Second shot is up, and it's good. Got 5 seconds left. Cruces trying to get a shot off. Eagles do not want to foul here. Willis has the ball down low, and they do not get a shot off. We go into the fourth quarter. Hobbs Lady Eagles 53, Las Cruces 40. We're going to transition to our sponsor page real quick. Be back with you in 3 minutes. The ball, turn the ball over quick. Cristiano for Las Cruces High with the steal. Come back the other way. She gets the layup, and it is good.
Lady Eagles quickly back up the floor here.
Mojica, when the transition, swing it back to Hargrove, who drives. Good dish off to Jayla David. Can't finish, but Kendall Cunningham with the rebound brings it back out. Hargrove swing the ball to Brett Clay. Brett Clay, a three from the wing. Misses long rebound to Las Cruces. Cristiano pushing them off the court for the Lady Bulldogs. To Pacheco, back to Cristiano. And back to Pacheco at top of the key. Setting the offense up. Looks like they're trying to get Ashita down low. She's going back and forth from soft spot to soft spot. Swing it to her in the corner. Ashita with the three. It is off. Long rebound to Mojica. Mojica pushing the break. She's got Brett Clay coming. Great pass. Brett Clay up, and she is fouled. I believe that foul is on Willis.
And having watched these girls for a few years, not as long as you, but the one thing that I think they've improved on the most this season is the passing under pressure.
Oh, 100%.
You know, and we've had problems with it, especially you noticed it in the state championship game last year. The pressure caused turnovers. It's no longer turning into turnovers. They're starting to turn into like zip passes that are getting through the hands. Seeing a lot more bounce passes than we saw before. Lady Eagles in passing is really improving.
And, you know, the craziest thing about it, most of them are sophomores.
Yeah, oh, I mean,
You know?
we've got 2 more years after this one with them. And what's behind them, you know, we got girls coming in contributing behind them, and there's even girls behind that are really good coming up. Some bunch of 7th graders that I hear are pretty good too.
Yeah, they have got a really good program coming up. We got a good bunch of 7th graders. We've got a number 3 ranked team in the country for AAU, and then a good bunch of 6th graders as well. Clay make the second of 2 free throws. She's got 10 points. Lady Eagles lead 54-42. Las Cruces turn the ball over. Hargrove run to break. Behind the back to Cunningham. A little bit of razzle-dazzle. Great pass. Cunningham went to finish. It's good to see the girls having fun out there, Brian.
Yeah, absolutely.
Las Cruces back the other way. Brett Clay with the rebound. We're pushing up the floor. Hargrove with the ball in her hands again, making something happen with it. Back to Clay. Back to Hargrove in the corner. Back to Clay in the wing. They're setting the offense up. Jayla David trying to get Cunningham down low with the post move. Trying to get the up and under, and Ashita rips the ball away from her, coming back the other way for Las Cruces. Ashita up, and she is fouled by Jayla David.
And that's one where David did something different than she did earlier. She put her hands forward instead of keeping her hands up. If she'd have made Ashita shoot over her, you know, she probably wouldn't have drawn the foul there because Ashita's being very physical, but because those hands came forward, they're going to get you every time.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed about Ashita, she's a very physical player.
Yeah, that's true.
Makes a free throw there. She is definitely a force to be reckoned with.
And for her size, being a strong player like that, she's got decent speed.
Oh, yeah, I know.
She's not, you know, as quick as a lot of the guards are, but she can get up and down the floor.
Yeah, she moves really well. Second free throw is good from Ashita. She's got 19 points. She's the high scorer in the game right now.
Las Cruces is sticking around, only down 12.
Hargrove swings the ball to Mojica. Trying to find Cunningham again down low. Swings it back out to Hargrove. Back to Mojica. To Jayla David from the free throw line. Long rebound back out to Hargrove. Hobbs going to set the offense back up. Mojica looking for another 3. Rattles in and out. Lady Bulldogs with the rebound. Pacheco that's Cristiano pushing the ball for the Lady Bulldogs. Swing the ball to Ashita. Ashita cross court back to Cristiano. Back to Ashita for a 3 attempt. It is short. Brent Hargrove with the rebound. We got 2-on-1. Look at the hustle back from Cristiano getting there. Brent Hargrove hard to the hole. What a move. She gets smacked across the head by Ashita. The shot is good. What a move there, Brian.
I tell you what, I like to give players nicknames, and to me, she's Showtime. Was when she gets going on that fast break like that, you don't know what's going to happen, but you know it's going to be a show.
Yeah, way to go strong and finish that. Hargrove going to the line for the N1. That's Ashita's 3rd foul.
And it looked like she was going to dump it off. She come up with that one hand, you thinking dumping, and all of a sudden she extends underneath. Beautiful play.
Yeah. Free throw is good from Hargrove. You know, Hargrove only has 3 points this game, but she's changed the game in different ways by leading the break, and I can assume she has numerous assists.
Yeah, Coach brought her off the court after that. I think he wanted to congratulate her on a beautiful play.
Cristiano drives through the Eagles' zone defense, gets an easy bucket. Hobbs got to step up and stop ball on that one.
Yeah, nobody stepped in front of her.
Mojica back the other way. Jayla David up top, trying to force it into Cunningham, and she gets fouled.
And this may go against Ashita.
If that's true, that'll be her 4th foul. Looked like Cunningham and David need to get a little more spacing there before that pass was in there. That is Ashita's 4th.
Yeah, that's her 4th with 5:12 left to play. If she leaves the court, this is going to change the game quickly.
Great entry pass from Mojica to Cunningham on the inbounds. Cunningham with the 2. Hobbs is up 61-46. 5 minutes left here in the game. Ashita on the wing. She's guarded by Muniz. Over to Cristiano, down to Willis. Jayla David with the help side defense, and it looks like a late call from the ref, but I did see a little bit of body contact.
Yeah,
there.
that'll be David's 3rd foul, our 4th personal. Or excuse me, 4th team.
Yeah, I don't think it was a good block shot, but she had her with the body.
Yeah, you know, and she got over there. She rotated very well and stopped the play, and she challenged it, and that's what her job is there. Sometimes that comes with fouls. That's just a a result of playing good defense.
Yep. Willis makes the first of the two. Second shot's up and good. 61-48, Lady Eagles lead. 4:53 left here in the fourth quarter. Mojica bringing the ball back up for Hobbs. Swings it over to Muniz. Back to Mojica. Back to Muniz. Ball fake on the three. To the wing to Brett Clay. Back to Mojica. Mojica going to try another three, and she's back.
There it is, her 20th point of the night.
Went cold there for a minute. One thing, though, about shooters, you got to maintain that confidence because shooters are going to shoot.
Yep, she now leads all scorers.
Mojica back on the fast break. Pull-up jumper. It's fall, but Jayla David skies in for the rebound, misses the putback. Looks like we got a jump ball on the floor. It's going to be possession to the Las Cruces Lady Bulldogs.
Yeah. And Mojica's coming off the floor, and here comes Hargrove back on. Coach making sure his guards get a little bit of rest for late in the fourth.
I think that's a great game plan. 64-48 here.
Yeah, Carpenter manages the game very well.
Las Cruces High come back the other way. Cristiano top of the key, guarded by Muniz. Get Pacheco baseline to baseline. Sideline to sideline.
I like the way Muniz keeps walking her back out and closing her out, making her get away from the basket.
Down low to Willis. Fumbles the ball. Rebound to Jayla David. That's going to be a foul on Willis.
Yeah, Willis is taking exception to that because she tied her up, and David's trying to get the arm loose, and Willis is the one that ends up getting hit in the elbow.
Oh, they called this foul on Jayla David.
Oh, my.
No. You're allowed that space, I thought.
And she had her arm on it the entire time that she was trying to move the elbow. The arm was on top of Jayla David.
Tough call right there. Another foul committed on the Eagles.
Now fans are starting to get a little bit restless.
This one's on Kendall Cunningham.
Refs may need to circle the wagons.
That's Cunningham's fourth foul. She's going to check out. It looks like Jayla David's checking out. First actually seeing Alana Bolton in the game. So Carpenter is going to leave Cunningham in the game with those four fouls. 3 minutes left. Get the ball into Ashita. Guarded by Hargrove and Muniz on that extended 2-3 zone. Hargrove on the wing, guarding Cristiano. Swing over to Pacheco. Pacheco one dribble down to Willis. Willis, that's a walk.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Sometimes you got to take a bucket on the get a bucket ticket on the Greyhound. That's what she did there.
There you go.
I knew I'd get it out eventually.
Lady Eagles. Hargrove pushing the ball to the front court. Swings the ball to Kaitlin Muniz. Back to Muniz. Three shot up, and three is good. You know, Case can be deadly from that. She gets open looks.
You know, we talked a little bit about it in pregame. We kind of looked at the 3-point stats for this thing. Wisdom Anthony coming within 6 of the all-time record, but Muniz might be one of those people starting as an 8th grader, starting to hit those threes now. She may be one that challenges it by the time she finishes.
Very true. And we have 2 that are on the list tonight. You have Bryn Hargrove and Nakai Mojica on that all-time three-pointer list. It looks like Bryn is number 13 before this game started, and Mojica at number 20. Mojica with the steal. Muniz with the rebound, puts it up.
We'll call that an alley-oop.
Yeah. Casey's got 10 points in this game. Lady Eagles lead 69-48, 2:44 left to go. Sheeta with the ball on the wing. Ball's down the corner now to number 25, Luna. Back to Ashita, driving. Cunningham doesn't want to pick up that 5th foul.
Yeah.
Right by her.
And that's the problem when you get 5 like that. If you want to stay on the floor, you can't touch anyone.
Lady Eagles back on offense. Hargrove calling the shot, swings the ball, top of the key to Cunningham, to the wing to Mojica, to Bolton, to a cutting Cunningham. That's great offense right there.
I tell you what, Bolton knew exactly where she was going with it, and she saw that play unfolding.
I can tell you, I can guarantee you Coach Carpenter runs that play 10 times in practice. Repetition. Hobbs back the other way. Hargrove pushing the break, finds Mojica to a streaking Atlanta Bolton. Dribble pop out to Muniz. Drive to the basket. And the M1, the 8th grader, Case Muniz.
she's starting to feel her oats here, man. She is really coming on, and I would dare to say this is probably her best game as a Lady Eagle.
You know, I've had the pleasure of coaching Case in AAU tournaments, and kid's got a motor. Great kid at school. She's going to be something special for this team.
Yep, absolutely.
Cunningham checks out. Desiree Balsquez checks in. Missed free throw. Looks like the ball's going back to Las Cruces.
Yep, they tried to help the ref there, but he wasn't buying it.
He didn't buy it this time. Hobbs leading 73-50. Minute 47 left here in the fourth quarter. Cristiano back the other way, puts up Ashita, gets the rebound, and she is fouled in the backside by Mojica. It's be Mojica's third foul.
At this point, the game's kind of getting sloppy, up 23 here, and you can just kind of feel the air's been let out of the Las Cruces squad. They're not really playing with the same gusto they were before.
Yeah, 23-point lead here in the fourth quarter. Definitely impressed with some of their players, though. I think Ashita, she's going to be an all-state player if she keeps going the way she's
absolutely. She tells she's a leader. She's wants the ball in her hands, and she's doing everything she can to lift her team up.
Makes both free throws. Ashita's got 22 to lead all scorers in this game. 23. Lady Eagles back the other way. Mojica swings the ball to Queso Muniz. Down to Balsquez. Muniz gets fouled.
Cristiano's picking up that one, her second personal, and that'll end up being the 6th team foul.
Next foul will be in the one-on-one bonus. Minute 29 left. I don't think either team really wants to. 5 seconds. That's a quick 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe he's on the Matrix time.
They got a 20-second timeout, 30-second timeout called by Las Cruces.
Yeah, Coach Selby wanted to talk it over. She called the timeout. We'll just go ahead and keep it here, 1 minute timeout, and talk a little bit, Lance, about future schedule, everything else we got coming up. And we talked a little bit about Trinity Christian, but then we start district play.
Yeah, Carlsbad, if we look at the rankings here, I have them in our little packet here, overall rankings. Hobbs plays in a tough district. Carlsbad right now sitting at 13-2, Clovis at 11-3, so should have some good district games this year.
The question is who they play to get that record. A lot of times we enter district play, we see good records on the other team, and then we end up blowing them out by 40 because they hadn't played anybody yet. So I'd be kind of curious to see, and maybe quickly eye Max Preps or something, see kind of what kind of teams Clovis and Carlsbad have played.
Well, I guarantee you they haven't played the tough schedule that the Lady Eagles have played.
Yeah,
absolutely. Those top Texas teams.
Watching that United team from Texas, they're a top 20 Texas team, and this is a top 20 Texas team that doesn't have a post.
Yep.
I was so impressed with them. Best shooting I've seen from a high school team in my career.
Yeah, that was insane how many threes they made from the outside.
Yeah, absolutely. It made the first 6 of the game.
And then Lubbock Cooper as well. I think they're number 5 in 5A in the entire state of Texas.
Yeah, so. Saying Lubbock Cooper's a 5A team is just blasphemy to me.
Yes,
I remember when they were 2A. Played them when they were 2A.
Oh, wow. Game's back going here, Las Cruces.
Yeah, they're going to get you on that one.
Looks like a Yesenia Bailon with the putback. She gets fouled. Who's that foul on there? Is it on Brent Hargrove?
Yeah, I think it's on Mojica.
Mojica?
Perhaps.
Balsquez.
No, it's not. It's
on Balsquez.
It is. But you don't put your hands up and you reach down and you get armed. They're going to get you.
First free throw, no good. Don't forget to stay tuned with us after this game. We're going to have our IHOP player of the game and post-game interview with Coach Joey Carpenter. Second shot up, and it's good. Balon's got 5. 73-53. Hobbs Lady Eagles lead. Las Cruces Lady Bulldogs. Got a minute 12 left here in the game. Bolton down low. The feed from Hargrove. Back out to Hargrove. And she is fouled by Cristiano.
And it's kind of a silly foul at this point in the game, and we're looking at a 20-point lead. It's a little bit beyond, foul to force them to the free throw line time, but we're going to be shooting free throws regardless.
That's good free throw practice.
Yeah. It's nice to shoot free throws with people in the gym lined up with you. It's one thing to shoot in practice, nobody on the line, but a whole other thing when you have people talking and moving around.
Hargrove gets the first of the 1-1. You know, like I said earlier, Hargrove's been quiet on the offensive side tonight, but has contributed in other facets of the game.
Yeah, the passing was just amazing. I saw some great bounce passes, threading the needle. Hargrove kept the offense going for sure.
Makes the second free throw. 75-53. Let's hope for no more fouls, Brian.
Yeah. Well, you know, there's always something silly, especially when you start bringing the bench in. But it looks like Cruces is keeping their starters on the floor.
Christian the other way. Down low to Belon. Misses the layup. Bolton with the rebound. Gets the ball to Zepeda. Zepeda dribble the ball out here. Just work some offense. Over to Brett Clay in the wing. Back to Zepeda. Swing the ball to Muniz. Over to Bolton. Bolton's got to shoot that. Great pass though to Brett Clay. She gets it up for the 2.
Yeah, either one would have worked there, but she did have a layup of her own.
Lady Bulldogs the other way. Cristiano with a nice floater for 2. It looks like a foul. That's going to be the 5th.
Yep, Ashida's gone. She'll finish the game with 23 points tonight.
That's a great player right there. It looks like this team lives and dies on how well Ashita does and how well Cristiano does.
But, you know, Ashita had 23. Cristiano had 13. They both contributed. Scored 55. It's probably right near their average for the year. What they weren't able to do was stop the Lady Eagles, who have 77 on the board.
That's true. Yeah, getting 12 from Kesa Muniz tonight, 12 from Brett Clay, and I believe 20 from Nakai Mojica.
And Muniz in there battling for the rebound down there with the big girls.
Got 25 seconds here. Lady Eagles lead 77-55. Cristiano back to the other way. Cristiano's a really quick guard.
Yeah, probably the fastest I've seen on the floor in New Mexico.
Back to Cristiano on the wing. She's guarding my Balsquez. Looking for the roller for Willis. Didn't get there. Brett Clay come back the other way, and looks like the Lady Eagles going to wrap this win up. Brett Clay with the shot there at the end. Doesn't fall. Rebound to Clay. Does not go up, but that's the end of the ball game, folks. Your Hobbs Lady Eagles with the victory over Las Cruces High, 77-55. Be sure and stay tuned for our IHOP Player of the Game and our post-game show with Coach Joe Carpenter.
We'll be back in about 3 minutes, and we'll throw it back to our sponsors. Welcome back to Tasker Arena. Got Coach Joey Carpenter. Nice win there. 20-plus points, and you got Nakai Mojica with 20 points tonight. What do you think of your effort?
Yeah, I thought that was she had a valiant effort. You know, she was hot on fire there in the second quarter, I believe. I think she hit, or first quarter, four threes, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Something like
absolutely. She hit 4 threes and had a deuce right there before the half as well. And really was a spark plug because at first Las Cruces did a good job staying with you, and it didn't seem like our motor was running early, but boy, when they got going, it was something to watch.
Yeah, I just felt like all night we were a little stagnant or a step slow. You know, that week in Albuquerque got us, but I mean, that's not an excuse. I think we played against a good team. They're 10-3 or whatever, and they're a good squad and well coached.
Yeah, and I tell you what, we talked about Ashita. She was a force to be reckoned with. She had a little bit of speed. She was strong, could shoot it, could go to the hoop. I mean, she's an all-around player. We talked about her being a player that could be a first-team All-State player.
Yeah, she's not a bad player at all. You know, we had problems keeping her in front, obviously, and then she broke us down, and she got her teammates some easy buckets, and that's what a good point guard does, and she's a solid point guard.
One thing that we noted during the game is the improvement in these girls passing under pressure. We'd seen in the past sometimes they get flustered and the pressure's up. They didn't have big windows, and they would throw the ball away or they'd throw it into the opposite team's hands. Now those passes seem to be threading the needle, and you're getting a lot of little backdoor passes and layups off of things that were turnovers before. Do you feel like the team's improved in that aspect?
Yeah, we're totally, and our guards aren't the biggest guards, you can tell, and so we have to find creative ways to get the ball around the defense and not lob it every single time. So
yeah.
So we've done a better job of that, and a lot of that is moving our feet, but. Yeah, I couldn't be. I like the fact that we go one more, and we share the ball.
Yeah.
If you really watch our team, I feel like this year, the difference between this year and last year is we're sharing the ball. A lot of different people are getting touches, and so everyone's expecting the ball.
And you don't know who the leading scorer is going to be. You don't know who to stop. And I mean, tonight we saw a big game from your 8th grader, Caitlin Muniz. She ended up, I believe, with 12 or 14, and did a great job. I'd say it was her best game as a Lady Eagle.
Yeah, we needed some minutes. We needed to pull some with Aliana going to the training room. So I don't know what's going to happen with her. So we're completely keeping an eye on that. And she stepped up. She stepped up in Albuquerque too. So every little bit of extra minutes we can get from her, positive minutes, is going to help us along the way.
Yeah, and you hate to see someone like Armitage go down. That's a great kid with a motor, and she leaves her heart on the floor, and hate to see her injured, and we're really hoping for the best for her.
Yeah, I think it's an ankle again. Frankie knows more about it than me. Aliana, was it ankle? It was ankle. It was the ankle, so I'm sure she's going to heal. We just got to make sure we take care of it, and Trinity Christian doesn't want to play us anymore. So,
okay.
So we're going to get some extra time off for that. So
certainly.
Maybe we can get healthy.
Okay, so we're not playing the Trinity Christian game. We talked about that earlier. About that was going to be one of those games that with the Texas rules, we were worried about it being a little bit out of hand because of their record. But so I guess we're not going to be playing Trinity Christian. So that's going to give us about a week and a half here before our next game.
Yeah, that's all right. We need time for our bodies to heal, and we need to get some good workout and improve our defense. Our defense wasn't there tonight, obviously.
Yeah, and a lot of it was that rotation off the backside. It looked like they weren't dropping down quick enough, and recognizing they needed to drop down. When they actually went, they went quickly and tried to get there, but it was like that extra half step was a little bit behind, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I agree. We just didn't anticipate it all, and we put ourselves in some bad positions, but ultimately, you still got to keep that guard in front, and that was probably the downfall to
What do you see coming toward district play now? At this point, our last non-district game was going to be Trinity Christian, and then now we've got.
I think we play Artesia.
No, we got Artesia. Okay, apologize there.
No.
We got Artesia, and then we got district. What do you see from our district opponents?
Well, Carlsbad's like 10, 11, 12, and 2 or something. They're really good. Clovis just beat Sandia in their tournament, so we got our hands full there. Roswell just played Oregon Mountain to a three-point game, so our district should stack up pretty well. We're going to get challenged every night. It's not going to be a 70-10 type situation, so
Yeah.
I think it'll be better for us and keep us more in tune for the state run.
Yeah, and a lot of times that happens if your district opponents aren't strong and you roll right through district. Then you start hitting playoffs and you don't have everything going in gears because you're not used to playing that level of basketball. So it may be an advantage to us for sure.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So thank you for joining us for the post-game show. Good win, Coach, and we're glad to have you here on Hobbs Sports Live on YouTube.com.
Wow, thank you.
Sure thing. We're going to throw it back to our sponsor page. We'll get Lance back on here, and we'll wrap it up on a post-game show in just a moment.
All right, guys, Lance Crenshaw back here. I'm with your IHOP player of the game, Nakia Mojica. Mojica, you were hot from the free throw line the first half, finishing with 20 points. Would the basket look wide open to you, or what was going on out there?
I just felt very confident in my shot this game. I felt like I had the hot hand in the game, so all my teammates were really contributing to that as well.
So in the second half, shot wasn't falling as well. Saw you swing the ball more, get some open looks. And we all know your dad likes to cheer for you at the games. We can hear him here, Nakia, drive the ball. Can you hear him on the court when you're playing?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So what do you guys say about your dad?
I get where he's coming from, but I do see the open person when I am moving the ball.
Now you guys, as a team, have won 5 in a row. Really rolling right now, shooting the ball well, playing good defense. What's one thing you think that you can work on moving forward to help the team?
Me as an individual?
Sure.
I think I can work on getting more tips on the ball so we have a better defensive end, because we are not struggling, but we are not at our best on defense at the moment.
You guys are definitely making some noise, though. Record now is at 15-2. Once again, Nakia Mojica, our IHOP player of the game. For those that don't know, you can go to IHOP, mention our player of the game, you get 10% off your next meal. Thanks, Nakia.
Yes.
That's going to wrap it up for us tonight, guys. I'm going to get Brian back on the headset here. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Once again, we appreciate our sponsors. We have a thank you list of people we want to thank for making this possible. And Brian, pardon my handwriting. I'm going to let you read some of those.
I want to thank our graphics designer, Kara Coltrane. She's all these wonderful graphics we're putting on the screen she's creating. Branson Coltrane, our technical producer, he's the whiz kid behind the operation. He's the one that's got everything set up to bring this live to you today. Thank our gopher, Britta Coltrane. She takes care of anything we need during the game. And actually, she pointed out that this was dirty behind us, that it hadn't been cleaned. It cleaned it at halftime for us so that it wasn't dirty on the screen for you. So all the little things, you got to thank her. Robbie Runnels.
Robbie Runnels.
Yeah, he's the one that's providing the cameras for the game. Wonderful, wonderful camera shot. And we have beautiful, beautiful, expensive cameras. So appreciate that. Becky Balderrama from K&O Services. Trish Stroud, IHOP, and Tom Sabbath at E-Tech Environmental. Thank you for the sponsorships, and thank you for helping us bring this broadcast to you. And it's going to grow. It's going to get better. Tonight was one of those games where we were trying to figure everything out as we go, and I still think we put a great product out there, but there's a lot more that we can do with this, and it's going to even get better as we go on.
But one thing, we got to thank you, Brian, for reaching out. We made this a need. Brian was the first one to step up. Hey, how can I help? Let's get this going. So,
yeah. And it's all about the girls. The girls here deserve coverage. They deserve to be seen. And a lot of these girls are getting college offers, college looks. I know Brett Clay's got quite a few offers on the table, and this is a great way to get them out there and allow them to be seen so that they can keep playing basketball in our future and we can keep talking about them.
Awesome. Well, we're going to see you guys next week. Next game is Tuesday at Lubbock Trinity Christian.
Actually, no. You were off the mic when it said it. Trinity
canceled it.
Christian has canceled that game.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we're going to be off until we see Artesia, I believe, next Friday.
Okay.
Yeah. So I haven't looked forward on that schedule, but that has changed. No Trinity Christian game, and we'll catch you at Artesia. Thanks for watching tonight from YouTube.